inside which the Black Mage gains substantial spellcast and recast time reduction. This field is immovable, and as such the Black Mage needs to plan the time of its use and the placement very carefully, or risk being forced to move outside of it at a big damage loss. These factors all make Black Mage fairly reliant on good positioning and knowledge of mechanics in order to plan the encounter out for dealing optimal damage. The job is, however, not permanently rooted in place, even during optimal play. Using abilities such as triple cast, which allows the instant casting of 3 abilities in a row, the roll action swift cast, as well as procs such as the instant cast ability Xenoglossy, allows Black Mage to move around way more than in previous expansions. In addition to this, Black Mage has access to one of the strongest movement abilities in the game, in the form of ethereal manipulation. This allows him to move to the location of any party member on a short 10-second cooldown, as well as between the lines, which allows him to return to the currently active ley lines. At its core, the standard rotation is fairly simple to execute once understood. The true difficulty of the job lies in manipulating.
What?
Bill said he didn't like
He'll
Final
never kept
Fantasy.
playing Final Fantasy because he didn't like it.
The rotation
like
to
the
the
look of
movement
it.
requirements of the fight,
because he's
as
a
well as
killer.
positioning. As someone that has played every job in the game, no job demanded me to
I haven't
improvise
played
which
Summoner
buttons I
and-
pressed as much as Black Mage.
So
The amount of
what? If you
I've only
optimization that
played
can be
Black
done at a high
Mage
level is
mostly.
staggering. However,
You didn't
the
even do
base
the
level of
endgame
Black
either.
Mage is actually quite accessible. Beginner players shouldn't worry too much about playing
couple
optimally
in-games,
beyond
but
the
this
current
was a couple
expansion
expansions.
Extreme or Savage content, because there are no serious damage checks to be found anywhere. And while the job is exceptionally hard to optimize,
It's a good game,
this is
dude.
of no concern to anyone while leveling. Black Mage
And
performs
if you just
perfectly
get to
fine inside
endgame-ish,
most content when
then,
simply
you know,
following the standard rotation,
actually,
while
after
always
50,
inviting
like,
the player to
people
go
say
the
it
extra
kinda
mile
does
to
get
deal more
better,
damage.
but
This
still,
open-endedness to skill expression is something that a lot of players will find intriguing, and it's actually a sign of
Some
really good
classes feel
design.
better, but the
It's a
higher
very
you go,
slow
the better
start,
the classes
but
feel.
once
But the
abilities like
classes that were
Xenoglossy,
released in
Triple Cast, and
expansions,
Amplifier are added into the mix, Black Mage
do
starts to
not feel
shine,
good
in
when
my
they go
opinion,
lower.
as one of
Like,
the
I
most
was
well-designed
playing
and
Reaper
fun
level
jobs
60,
in the
that shit
game.
was awful.
With some broad
was
knowledge
not
of
fun
all
at
the
all.
casters, we're now going to move into the last
that
part
class
of this
started at
video,
70,
which is
so-
a small summary of the jobs and
Too
who I
bad I
recommend them
use a
to.
book.
Summoner is amazing as a beginner job, not just as your
And they have
first
some cool books.
caster,
Oh,
but
there
as
is?
your first job in
Yeah.
the entire
The
game.
book.
Its mechanically simple
So-
rotation allows summoners to get to grips with fight mechanics without worrying
You're
too much
reciting
about the
spells,
rotation.
what you mean?
Red Mage is a caster with a unique
the
design
Yeah,
in
but
comparison
maybe I
to
wanna
the
wear a
casters
big
we are used to
staff or
from other
something.
games. It's slightly more difficult
Black
than
Mage, good luck
Summoner
with that.
and offers
Yeah.
some additional optimization options
Or
while
you can
providing
play a white
similar
mage and you have a
utility with a
staff, but
focus
you
on
just gotta heal
reviving
people.
party members. Red Mage
noticed
is a very
there's not,
common
like, any
choice for
warlock type
experienced
class.
players when learning new fights for this reason. It is more flexible than Summoner,
Summoner's
and
basically
probably
warlock,
the
I think.
better
It's
choice
Well, I
in
meant,
raid
like,
proc environments.
Poison
Black Mage is a
and
job for
death.
anyone looking for a challenge. It offers
basically,
more skill expression
that used
opportunities
to be
than any
Summoner.
other job in the game. However, the base
would
level
put
of
out
the job
poisons and
isn't
dots on
impossible
people,
for
and then you
beginner
would,
players to get to
erupt
grips
the
with. And
dots
because of that,
basically
you
on the
shouldn't feel
enemies and
intimidated to give the
spread
job
the
a
dots to
try if
people
you like
and
the theme,
mobs,
but
but
be
it was too
prepared for a
complicated for people.
challenge and a slow start. You should also be prepared for other players to be a bit skeptical.
Final Fantasy used to be super unique with their classes. Now they're all blending together,
Wow,
which is
someone's
what
like, I
we're
can play
pissed
Summoner
about.
to play Machine. Yeah, but it's
Welcome
a
to another
2-minute cooldown.
play multiple jobs anyways, especially
are,
differing roles that allow the player to jump into
yeah,
different
we're
forms
probably
of
gonna
see
movement
Machinist
to keep the
level
game
80 though.
interesting. However, why did I jump over to the Machinist when Summoner isn't in
Red
a bad
Mage is
shape
fun.
and
I like
always
playing
had
Red
been a
Mage a
miracle
lot.
box for proc? Basically because it's even easier and way more comfortable as Machinist. There are still these little decisions about slipstream timings, when you can go in with your Ifrit charges or when you can hard cast Ruby right. As Machinist, all this is non-existent, and as long as your ping is good and you smash in your big chainsaw drill anchors to keep them on cooldown and combine them with reassemble, even small mistakes or delays don't make your DPS suck entirely. Everything just flies and flows and no mechanic pushes you back. Optimal automaton queen timings? Does it really matter that much? I mean, I'm here to have fun with the game, right? Just using it every time it's ready still lands in the big cooldown window with it. At least sometimes. Heck, you can even use normal GCD attacks inside of a hypercharge phase now because of the stack limitation they introduced. So when you mess it up and miss out on a drill or air anchor and already started into hypercharge, no problem. Even inside of Wildfire you will still land inside fixed window frames. It's actually difficult to get it wrong completely. Just min-maxing potion, queen and hypercharge timings might be a thing in well optimized group constellations. But what difference are we talking about? 12k versus 12,500? Yes, it's not too much of a difference there. Nothing big crit luck could make up for and still bang out a 95 parse. But in a more serious tone though, I heard that the recent Savage tier is very much punishing player death, so raising might not be a saving grace to your progress. So why bothering with that? Or at least making yourself more comfortable with your character to avoid your own death can actually count up to saving lives too. And I already feel more safe and comfortable as Machinist than I do on my Summoner, at least in fights where I have no clue about the mechanics. Above that, Machinist has never been as close to a selfish DPS job than now. Yes, Black Mage and Samurai are still a decent step higher, but hell, what those have to accomplish to get there is just another level too. I also really enjoyed some ninja gameplay because the opener is magic and everything works like a charm. Even the positions are not worth thinking about. But then, yeah, Tenchi Jin happened and I backtracked in my decision making quite quickly because Barbarizia hit me physically and mentally. Summoner is definitely a solid choice and one that I love to play, especially when looking back at its past in Shadowbringers. Also that the style of casts, even when it's confusing and chaotic, I do prefer over the Machinist's gunplay.
What?
But as reduced as the Endwalker Summoner is, I think I prefer the Machinist now. Or in dungeons, their Machinist still feels weird and unnatural somehow. But with sharing gear on the ranged physical roster, I can always swap to Bard, whose rotation might be among the most fun to play right now. And the AoE is still fire, even though I like the Shadowbringers AoE system more.
Why
So in
are they saying
conclusion, play the
Barb
job
is
you
now
like
the
the
most
most,
fun
and which
rotation when
in
Barb
conclude
was
the Shadowbringers
born?
AoE system more. So in conclusion,
What did they
play the job
change
AoE
usually with a
system
couple
more.
skills.
So in Shadowbringers AoE
And or
system
they
more.
get reworked or
So
something.
in conclusion, play the job.
You played, oh my god,
So
why
in
am I
Shadowbringers
totally
AoE
wrong?
system
I'm
more.
gonna fucking die.
Most
if
fun
one
to
guy's
play
a
right
human,
now, and the
we can
AoE is still fire, even though I like the Shadowbringers AoE system more. So in conclusion, play the job you like the most soon. Until then, stay healthy and
Oh,
keep
he said
loving
it earlier,
Final
so
Fantasy.
now I know.
Today is a special day. We celebrate the first anniversary of the
That was fun.
Oh shit, they reworked Total Rock. I forgot about this.
In perspective, right? So let us embrace
pretty
this
cool.
idea of 30, learning to
It looks a lot
control and
nicer.
command all those mighty primals, from Carbuncle to the king of them all, Bahamut. And while mechanically and gameplay wise the summoner does most of the casting and weaving by itself, primals are featured in spectacular ways to match the classical idea of this job. Just that you're mostly using skills by yourself serves the purpose to avoid AI misbehavior and issues that had been a struggle for many Final Fantasy XIV players for a long time in their gaming past, so Square got rid of that in Endwalker once and for all. But what does this all have to
Such
do
a
with
beautiful
accessibility?
looking game.
First, your kit is insanely easy to perform, especially compared to all the summoner apparitions we had in earlier expansions.
Oh, this
No
is a
30
game that you can
seconds
play with your
pre-pull
controller.
opener.
I'm surprised
No
you don't
200
play it.
CPM mouse and keyboard destruction opener.
Because
no
of
big
the
punishment
complication
to
of
dots not being
Black
applied
Mage.
properly, and your ether flow abilities wasted.
So what? if
All
you
this
can't
is gone and
fucking
has been
be
reduced to
top tier?
primal aspected
Just play it.
stances, where each different primal alignment
took-
leads to a different style of how
I
your
got
active skills are
good,
being
maybe
used,
not
and what
excellent,
other
but I
kit
got
you have
good.
access to.
But I was
All this may
always
look complicated
absolutely
if you never touched
mentally
the Endwalker
exhausted
summoner
playing
before.
that class.
But once you read
You
tooltips, which I always
Like,
recommend,
mentally
there's
exhausted.
a lot of sense in this.
This is the
and you
most
can easily
AFK
perform
MMO I've
very
ever
nicely
played.
in
That's
any
crazy.
PvE environment. Raids, dungeons,
never
or
found
even
a game
overworld
that's
Pretty
content.
chill.
On top of that aspect, compared to
Not
Black
playing
Mage's
Black
Only-
Mage at
jobs,
the
there's
highest
no
It's
more
only
hindrance to keep
difficult
your spells
at
coming
the
and in working order.
Savage that's
Yes,
currently
2
out
hardcast spells
on
in
the
form
moment.
of Ruby Ride, 1
Yeah,
Garuda
because
We're
you
playing
don't know-
Ultimates.
and 1 to 2
Yeah,
Rule
yeah,
3
and
spells, where the rest can
even
be cast
there,
and used while
you just
moving
need to know
without
the
anything
enemy.
Endwalker.
I don't worry about my rotation.
Oh, did I fucking
But
miss
you
it?
do level both of these Gola and Summoner that
Well,
no
I was
other
worrying
job
about my
or class
rotation
has
every
access
fight to
which
be
means
the
if you ever
best of
wanted
the
to level
best.
up a healer as
Because
well,
you
or at
skipped
least
all the
have
way
jobs
there,
for
so
2
it wasn't
different
second
roles
nature to
available
you.
that you haven't
Yeah,
But
but
if you
I
would've
did it
played
for
it
a
little
week
by
and I got
little,
good.
and started
A
as
week is
tank.
not good enough for the
There it
people
is
that have been
too.
playing this since
2 jobs by
2011.
leveling
Well, I know.
up
I'm just
What?
talking about I
for the
spent
Summoner.
1 week of just
Another
grinding
aspect,
my
which I already
rotation.
talked about in my
Yeah,
Shadowbringers version
and
of
then
this video,
once you
still
learn
remains
it
a core
with a
feature and
non-stick
aspect
and
of
moving
the Sunline
target
and
or
Walker,
like regular
which is called
dungeons, when you
Resurrection.
go to a real
Sharing
big
this
boy
ability
raid
with healers
that
and
has
direct
mechanics and
it
you
is
need to
indeed a
move
very
around,
unique
I know,
tool
that's
to
not
keep
gonna
fights going.
that's not gonna
And being
work.
able to
Yeah,
save
of
encounters
course.
that other jobs would have to consider a wipe. When
That's
both
why you
healers
play
have met their rune,
passively,
or what
and then you
crystalline
get good
conflict
with the
players would
rotation.
say, they
Because
touched
by
the
the time you get to
forbidden
end game, you play like
Yeah.
because
250
normally, in
dungeons,
looking at all
and you know
those
how to
other
dodge
DPS
and all that
jobs,
shit.
there's no way to
Or
resurrect
the
them
white mage
and
could
keep
fucking
pushing
rescue you,
against the
and then
incoming
you go
hordes
right
any
back to
further.
your
But with a
fucking
summoner or red
ley
mage on
line,
your
your fucking
team,
lines,
it is indeed a
because you could
possibility.
fucking fast travel
Personally,
to your
I can't
lines
stress enough
for
on how
free.
useful
I mean,
this
do
tool
I
is,
really
especially
wanna
if you
play
know
now
the
or
fight
wait
and
till
your
they
healers
expand?
don't. Or when you find yourself in
Well,
progression,
you gotta go
which
through all of it.
means
You gotta go
Oh,
through
you
all
do
of
have
it
to.
to get to the
mechanics
expansion.
and learn
Yeah.
with each repetition. Where keeping the fight on the tracks is
Expansions
insanely
is gonna be
efficient in
more
your further
content,
learning
dude, I mean, with
process.
a little bit
But
more.
even
Yeah,
with
so you're gonna
casual
have
final
great things to
content,
do once
raising
you
can
go
be
up
a
there.
quality
True,
of
but
life
here's the
advantage
other thing, I don't wanna
simply
get
no
burnt
other
out till the
DPS
new
job other
content.
than the red
In
mage
an
has access to.
MMO, you're
So embrace your
crazy.
power, and while
There's a
many
lot of
people
stuff
claim
you
to
could
be
do in that
special
game, like the
snowflakes,
pets,
the
do
summoner
pet
is one
battles.
indeed.
No.
Of
And
course,
it's like the
this
most
alone
controller-friendly
wouldn't
MMO
trade
ever
directly
made.
navigate into another
You
reason
can
to
make a
play the
cat
summoner,
lady,
which is the
make a
meta,
beast
and why
man
raiders do
later
love
on.
this job to be inside of
You
their
can make a
party.
bunny lady.
First of all, yes, raising can be a very solid way to
Go in the
increase your
role-playing
efficiency
clubs.
and learning curve in progging into
Like,
high-end
dude, that's
content.
Yeah, just like the good
or
old
even
times
unduty
in
fighter
World of
content.
Warcraft.
But
like
what
you
might
used
be
to do.
even more
Yeah, you could
important
be
is the
green.
fact that on top of the raising
Yeah,
aspect,
why
the
would
summoner
you
can be utilized
not
like
play
a
now?
ranged physical DPS job. So all the benefits of nearly
You can meet the
full
next
instant
level of your
skills,
life on it.
no movement or positional
Yeah,
requirements, or any form of babysitting certain patterns like
A
we
lot of
still
women
need to
play
do in
it.
the black mages because of how ley lines are designed are prevalent.
Bro.
You got the
That's what you
M1
need,
spot?
Hill.
Alright, let's go. Your
woman
raid leader wants you to take
that plays
R2
games.
now instead? No problem. Wanna be main tank, my dear summoner? Yeah, maybe not that flexible, but I guess you get the point. All this together with the fact that your rotation is very forgiving and easy to perform, make the summoner stand out in proc situations and whenever you're tackling new content, because other jobs might take weeks
Who
to
the
get
fuck
anywhere
is Hell
close to their
talking to?
final performance, where the summoner could easily push out
They're
solid
claiming
DPS
with the new
numbers
changes,
even on
the
their
summoners
first ever
don't
clear
actually
run.
fight.
Alright, last but not least, the summoner commands and offers
Hill,
one
are
of
you
watching
the
your-
fastest
your
burst
Twitch
damage of
stream right
all
now?
jobs out
Huh?
there. Not inside of a 10 or 15-second combat window, but the first 2 or 3 GCDs. I mean, with the changes of
just say what I think he
6.1,
said?
you could possibly
What?
summon Bahamut. The second,
What the
the
fuck
fight
did you
has
say?
been aspect, which I already talked about in my
Summoners
Ex-
don't fight; they just use spells.
That's literally what it says. That the
Yeah.
summons
Yeah,
don't
you're a
fight.
summoner. You're summoned,
a
but you tell the summoner
mage.
what to do.
Dude,
It's like
what
you don't
mean?
play when you play a minion build. Your
It says right
minions
here.
play.
What's the point of a summoner if it's just a visual? Make decent AI.
Brother, that's what you do in every minion build you've ever
So,
played.
so what
You're
is
not
this
doing
about?
shit.
That's what I don't understand their comment.
Their comment is
My
they want the
Shadowbringers version of
gameplay,
this video
like I do want the
still
gameplay.
remains a core feature
That's
and
why
aspect
Summoner
of the
has never
Sunlight
been my
and
class.
Warcraft,
Because why the
which
fuck
is
do I want
called
AI to play
Resurrection.
for me? That's
Sharing
dumb.
this
But he
ability
just
with
says
the
the
AI
Sunlight and Red
doesn't.
Mage, it is indeed a very unique
No,
tool
but
to
you still
keep
need to do the
fights going.
rotation and bring them
And
out
being
and tell
able
it
to
what to
save
do. And then
encounters
one
that
of the
other
AIs
jobs would
attack
have
by
to
itself.
Oh,
consider
you
a
mean
wipe.
they don't
When
cast
both
them?
healers have met their rune, or what crystalline
Yeah.
conflict
No, they
players
do.
would say,
And they
they
took
touch
that
not
out.
as
You
forbidden
don't have to
cheek.
worry
Yeah.
about it.
Because normally, and looking at all those other DPS jobs,
I think people
there's
want
no
it
way
back,
to
though, 'cause
resurrect
people
them
are
and keep pushing
pissed that
against
the
the
class is so
incoming odds
boring
any
now.
further. But with a summoner or red mage on your team, it
Because
is indeed a
it's
possibility.
Coming from
Personally,
people who
I can't
played way
stress
back
enough
when
on
it
how
first
useful this
when
can
it
be,
became
especially
super
if you know the
complicated.
fight and your healers
People
don't.
enjoyed playing
Or when
the
you
busy
find yourself
rotation
in
it had.
progression raiding,
Bro,
which means you're
imagine
not
living a
familiar
life
with the
where you use
encounters
the
mechanics and
fucking
learn with
edge.
each repetition. Where keeping the fight on the
Edge,
tracks
oh,
is
look at
insanely
that
efficient
edge.
in your further
Look at
learning
that.
process.
The
But even in
whole
casual
web
duty
page is
finder content,
compromised.
raising can be a quality of life
It's
advantage
taking
simply
so
no
much
other
real
DPS
estate.
job other than the red mage has
Which is
access
random
to.
shit.
So embrace your power, and while many people claim to be special snowflakes, want
All right, I guess I'll
As you-
try it.
to find groups or
You only have the trade tool down.
He has a Rumble tab. That's crazy.
5 reasons you should play Bard.
What is he doing in Rumble? What are you watching in Rumble?
Why did I click that? I don't even know why. I'm dumb.
Well, because Barb was boring, but that was almost 4 years ago.
What? Bard? Like the archer?
Bard.
Yeah, the Archer. Yeah, I wanted to like it, but I was like, this isn't really entertaining.
I mean, all range things, you just go far and shoot. You should
And
move
that's
left
fine,
to right.
but the bard, something felt off, at least at the time.
Oh, low level bard is awful. That's why.
Oh,
Mhm.
there you go. I can't stick with it if it's awful for 10 hours.
10 hours. What? It's just level up quick.
Really? You're gonna level 1 to 80 in less than 10 hours?
You could.
You gotta play a shit
All you
on
do
and
is
know the
pull out your
specific
wallet.
routes and everything.
Yeah, you do the dailies. You go Palace of the Dead. Yeah, Heaven on High. You go to that other shit called. What's that shit place called? Suka Bliet.
Boja and all that shit.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, right now, if you pre-order the game, the expansion, you get
That
an
was the
earring that gives you
first time
20%
I
XP
lost.
bonus.
What a
You heard?
Ooh.
20% XP bonus on all leveling up.
Everything under 80 and under.
20% isn't high. Let's add like 40, 50%.
Yes, it is. That's massive.
Is it?
It also stacks too
Yeah,
with all
yeah.
the other
It
bonuses.
stacks. So all
it
the other bonus, yeah.
stacks.
And because I have all the old ones, I'll be fucking boosting, baby.
Do I even have? Hold on. I don't even know if I have it on my computer. I don't think I've played it on my new PC.
No, you haven't experienced the power.
Does it support ultra wide?
No, I don't know. Does it? I think it's. I know it's.
I don't have ultra wide. I never looked into it.
Well, I will
God,
definitely
those
test it.
really annoying leveling.
But I gotta pay $12.
Ooh, Alliance raid. Fuck it, do it. I'll do it.
Or maybe it's cheap on CD keys or something.
What? The game?
Yeah, maybe it'll come with
Mm,
30.
No, it doesn't come with time.
Oh, they no longer come with time.
I think
No.
only the complete edition, which has
Unless
everything.
it has an amazing cosmetic, don't do it.
The complete, like, the base game to Endwalker, all the expansions, I believe. The ones like that people get from the free trial, or if they stop from the free trial, or don't have anything.
Complete edition
Might come with it.
60.
Yeah, it has every expansion.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's
shouldn't
that's
it be
not a lot of
discounted
money.
since I have the other expansion?
No. What
Why?
you mean?
Why not?
You just buy the bit. You
Because
realize
it's a
the latest
business and they need
expansion.
to keep up those thousands of servers up.
The
Yeah.
latest expansion base edition is $40, dude.
All right,
Yeah,
what
you're
does it come
basically
with?
getting everything cheap.
Not like it's 60 or fucking 70.
All right, what's this freaking digital collectors come with?
Why do you want the digital? Look at this.
This guy always gets
I
big.
want to see what it comes with.
I don't think anything crazy.
Sometimes there might be.
Sometimes.
Granted, Endwalker. I mean, if you buy the latest expansion, if you pre-order Dawn Trail and get it, you'll get Endwalker and Shadowbringers, but you won't get it until Dawnbreak or Dawn Trail is out. So, you know, yeah. But you just gotta buy freaking Endwalker.
Yeah.
Remind everyone this, which is the
What else do I
Aryan
get?
Mount, Arion, the heavenly steed, waveringly loyal horse, as the
I gotta pre-order
one
my digital collectors for.
possessed with whom. So
That's
this
what you made your artists
you can
do.
not like what a
Wow.
animal
You
play
just
indeed. And
wasted
so
50
as I
grand.
explore the rest of Endwalker.
On what?
Hello, I'm
What
Mioni
a
here, and welcome
waste.
back to another
I'm not
pre-Endwalker
Yeah,
media
that
tour
is
footage-based
What?
video
What?
for
What?
Final
What?
Fantasy
What
IV.
collector's edition?
The digital
Endwalkers?
collectors.
For what? Endwalker?
Area mount? What a dumb looking mount.
What?
What a dumb looking mount.
The new mount is 10 out of 10.
Area
pre-order?
I don't
mount?
think he's talking about.
That's nostalgic. Is the what?
I don't
the,
think
the,
he's talking about that one.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Which one's he talking about?
Well, let's
Is
make
he talking
sure,
about
because this was 2
Endwalker?
years ago when I pulled up the video, which is odd.
What expansion?
Endwalker.
I don't remember the Endwalker mount.
Wait, I don't want to be looking at Endwalker. I'm looking at the wrong one. How is that happening?
Because you're dumb.
You wanna look at it? What you mean?
What the crap?
Wait, what?
That's the last expansion you could get. The
No,
other one's not
Dawn
out yet.
Trail.
Wait. Dawn Trail, you're not gonna get.
There's no collector's
Endwalker.
edition for Dawn Trail?
There is.
I'm on their store. What? Hold on.
It doesn't get you the other stuff.
doesn't get you
Oh
the other
my!
stuff.
Now I have to figure out.
Because it's the new.
What they had porn?
Dawn Trail comes with Shadowbringers and Endwalker, but it doesn't. You don't get it until you get the code, the
digital
physical
collectors.
code
All right,
for
what
it.
does it come with? Arc
Oh,
mount. Oh.
Yeah, I love that mount. That's from Final Fantasy
Fantasy
9.
like. You probably can't buy it.
There's a different variant on the store.
Oh.
Our internet bill?
It looked like Gundam
looks
for
like
a
you
second.
need Verizon Home Internet. No surprise price hikes or hidden fees.
Well, Dawn Trail's mount, that's what happens. It turns into it.
Oh, that's literally what it is. It's like the other one, but it's white.
It's not a reskin?
It's a reskin.
No, it's not.
Except for the helicopter.
It's not a reskin.
That is a reskin. Even the animations are reskin. Don't let me go look.
How can you be having helicopter and also be a reskin? That's a whole different.
No, it's a reskin except for the helicopter. That's kind of lame.
I mean, it's a bonus.
What's a chocobo brush?
For the Pictomancer class. It's just like a cosmetic weapon.
Yeah, see, the arc mount could have been cooler. It's too much of a reskin. But you are getting it included, so.
It's literally a callback to a different game.
So standard's 40, the mount's 30.
Oh yeah, this mount. This mount was not that great. It was alright.
The Pictomancer. I forgot about the brush bitch.
That's not a very enticing collector's edition. You can do better.
They're all like that.
That mount
like
is so
that
good though.
That is bad. You could do so much.
And that's the mount from Endwalker collectors.
Gross.
It's the horse, right?
Yeah, it's that weird horse.
Yeah.
The arc mount is so cool. I like the arc mount. I'm getting it. Instant buy.
If I'm paying $30.
Hey,
Yeah,
well, bro. Well, it's nothing.
I like it because it's Gundam based.
Yeah, but there's already one in the store.
But it doesn't
When
look
I
like
buy
that.
it in the store, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
No, it's
this
a
one's a
different
callback to
color.
a different game.
I mean,
Also, it's legitimately the same one from 6, 9. It's exactly the same mount from the Sun from
it doesn't
9 or
look
whatever.
like CD Keys is offering deals for the new Final Fantasy.
No, you probably get the key revoked if anything.
You
Just
can't even get a key,
Shadowbringers.
dude.
They have Shadowbringers.
You can't get a key yet.
Well, you could pre-order though.
Yeah,
do
but you
pre-order
get like
keys.